Good morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeTune.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in those earbuds, adjust that speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. What is Second Cup? Well, Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next 3MB airs, or a piece of late-breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time-sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit-chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, streaming shows, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup. And I hope you subscribe to the podcast, where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the December 9th, 2024 episode of Second Cup. How are you this morning? I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Once more, I've got right here the Keurig cups of the caramel vanilla from Copper Moon Coffee that was very kindly sent to the channel by Bill and Connie Murphy. Thank you again, Bill and Connie. This is a really, really terrific one. Hang on, I'm going to get a sip. 1 minute. That is terrific. And I'm using my alien coffee mug from Phoenix Shaving. Now, this coffee mug, the reason why we're using this, because this was actually a Christmas coffee mug. I happened to buy this when Phoenix Shaving was selling their Cosmic Christmas Cookies shave soap. And if you bought the Cosmic Christmas Cookies shave soap, they had this option to have the shave soap inside this mug, which was really neat. So after I used the shave soap, I had the mug left behind for coffee, and it really is a terrific, terrific coffee mug. And in its own way, it reminds me of Christmas, because I think that was one of the first Christmas soaps that I had used in my wet shaving journey when I came back to the traditional wet shave. And I checked their website, and Cosmic Christmas Cookies is not up there. Hopefully it'll be up there. I'm hoping for a Christmas miracle that maybe after this is broadcast, or maybe in a week or so, it'll be available. But if it's not, they still have some great, great Christmas scents up there, like Space Nog and Cane, and even North Meets East falls into that category. So you can check those out if you're looking for something to brighten the holiday season with a really, really nice Christmas scented shave soap and aftershave splash, that sort of thing. Well, how are you this morning? I don't know if you caught the opening ceremonies of the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral. Well, I guess you could say the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral and the ceremonies surrounding that reopening. Pretty amazing. I didn't get a chance to watch all of the ceremonies. I saw everything sort of after the fact, or while it was taking place on social media, online, and pretty amazing how they restored the cathedral after 5 years. Where that terrible fire went through it and nearly destroyed it. And of course, they were able to save much of it, and the restoration efforts immediately began. But some pretty amazing tech involved in bringing back the cathedral to its original spec when it was first built 800 years ago. My understanding is, from some of the commentary that I've heard online, is that they made an effort to use original materials and techniques to restore much of the inside of the cathedral as it was originally built 800 years ago, which is pretty amazing. So they had a lot of craftsmen and other very, very talented people working on this project to bring the cathedral back to its original glory. I happened to find an article here online from Ars Technica website where they talked about a little bit of the science involved in maintaining the original acoustics of the cathedral inside. Here's what they wrote. Those reconstruction efforts were helped by the fact that a few years before the fire, scientist Andrew Tallon had used laser scanning to create precisely detailed maps of the interior and exterior of the cathedral, an invaluable aid as Paris rebuilds the landmark structure. French acousticians had also made detailed measurements of Notre Dame's soundscape that were instrumental in helping architects factor acoustics into their reconstruction plans. The resulting model even enabled Brian F.G. Katz, research director of the National Center for Scientific Research at Sorbonne University, to create a virtual reality version of Notre Dame with all the acoustical parameters in place. That is amazing. And the reason why I highlight that little factoid there is that there is an absolutely awesome performance of Amazing Grace by a vocalist with an orchestra inside the cathedral. This was part of the reopening ceremonies. And it is stunning. It is just breathtaking. And you have to see it. And I will link it below. It is on YouTube and it is in 4K. It is really, really a beautiful rendition of Amazing Grace. The vocalist is very, very talented. I believe she's from South Africa, and I believe her name is, it's spelled Pretty. I don't think it's pronounced pretty. I think it's pronounced Pretty, maybe. Pretty Yende, I believe is her name. And just a beautiful rendition with the orchestra. Very, very well done. And boy, what a highlight to the reopening ceremonies of this beautiful, beautiful cathedral. So if you have any other links to any other videos or information regarding the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral and what went into restoring this beautiful, beautiful church, this beautiful cathedral, please, comment below and link them below, and let's share some of that information, because what I came across, just amazing what they were able to do over the last 5 years to bring this cathedral back up and running in its back to its original standard and original glory of when it was first built 800 years ago. Really, really amazing. And again, check out that video in 4K on YouTube. Just a really beautiful, beautiful performance by the vocalist and orchestra and everyone involved. So, yeah, that's been going viral. And I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Great to be with you. We're going to talk a little bit of wet shaving here. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. But first, let's pay a few bills. Well, at the beginning of the show, we mentioned Christmas-scented shaving soaps. These are great to have in the shave den. They get you in the Christmas mood. They start your holiday off in the right direction. And, of course, we mentioned Space Nog and Cane and even North Meets East, which is a really nice scent for Christmas. Great year-round, but it fits in with the whole Christmas mood. But I received this email from Bill Murphy of another Christmas shaving soap offering from Razor Emporium. And the subject heading here is New Razor Emporium Scent. And Bill writes, Mark, I just received home for Christmas a new Christmas soap and aftershave splash from Razor Emporium today. The scent is great, wonderful, excellent, outstanding, superb. Can you guess that I really like it? I love it a lot and can't wait to use it tomorrow morning. The scent notes are spicy gingerbread cookie, sugar cookie, sandalwood, and musk. Here is what the website says. Experience the festive spirit with our Razor Emporium limited edition 2024 Home for Christmas shave soap. This soap has been beautifully packaged and is ready for your Christmas Day shave. Infused with the delightful warm scents of spicy gingerbread cookie, sugar cookie, sandalwood, and musk, this vegan shave soap captures the essence of Grandma's house during the holidays. Evoking memories of freshly baked Christmas cookies, this scent really screams Christmas. Sweet yet masculine, this unique blend is designed to elevate your grooming routine while celebrating the joy of the season. Crafted to deliver a rich, luxurious lather that leaves your skin feeling smooth and refreshed. Treat yourself or gift it to someone special for a truly memorable holiday experience. Wow, that sounds absolutely wonderful. And I can speak to the wonderful lathering qualities of the Rex Supply Razor Emporium shave soaps because I've used the 1955, which is absolutely wonderful. Love the scent and I love the performance. And this is a reminder that I'm going to have to pull that out and get it back into my rotation because it really is a terrific, terrific shaving soap. And the 1955 shaving soap came courtesy of viewer Alex Lopez. Alex, thank you again very, very much. Anyhow, this one sounds wonderful as well. We're going to also talk about this on the Monday Morning Mailbag. But again, because of putting together the Monday Morning Mailbag and kind of running around and editing things together, I sometimes get detached from emails and social media messages and that sort of thing. And I tend to find this material after the Monday Morning Mailbag is completed and everything. And I completed it, when was it? Late Saturday night? I'm going through emails and came across this one from Bill. So Bill, thank you so much for sending this along. And this is why we have Second Cup, because if I miss something for the Monday Morning Mailbag deadline, we get it into Second Cup, and I'll be sure to include this next week in the Monday Morning Mailbag. That would be the 16th, the show on the 16th. So that folks will we'll get some screenshots of it and that sort of thing so we can actually display it on screen so you can take a look at it. Sounds absolutely wonderful. Bill, please send us along your thoughts and how you are enjoying this shaving soap. It sounds absolutely wonderful. So there you go, folks, from the folks at Razor Emporium, Home for Christmas, an absolutely wonderful Christmas shaving soap for your shave den. Check it out from Razor Emporium. We will have the link below. It was provided by Bill Murphy. Again, thanks again, Bill. Really do appreciate it. Once more, from Razor Emporium, Home for Christmas. We'll have a link below. I received this email from viewer JTeckenX, and he wrote, "Hi, Mark. I commented on the most recent Leaf Razor 2-blade head shave video you posted and tried to amend my comment to fix typos and submit it again, but it doesn't look like my comment is going through. Perhaps I am being flagged as spam." I don't know if you're being flagged as spam, but YouTube sometimes gets glitchy. I know it's happened to me. There have been times where I've gone up and in trying to reply to a comment on a particular video, the reply won't go through. And I just don't know why. YouTube can just once in a blue moon be kind of glitchy. So I do apologize for that. I cannot explain it. Anyhow, he continues here. Anyway, I know sometimes you might get a notification and see no comment when clicking on it. So I have posted my comment below. Apologies if duplicate comments are appearing in your video. On my end, I'm not seeing my comment. No, this is perfectly fine. I'm glad you submitted the comment because it's really great for this morning's Second Cup discussion. So thank you very, very much for sending it along. And don't worry about duplicate comments and that sort of thing. You know, like I say, YouTube gets glitchy. It happens. So thank you for doing your due diligence on this one. And here is Jay's comment. "I recently tried a Leaf with 3 blades. I had some irritation and a couple nicks. It was my first time using a non-cartridge razor, which usually gives me a no irritation, no nicks BBS with 2 passes and touch-up. It's probably due to my first time experience using DE razor blades on my head, which are much sharper than cartridge blades, and also learning the technique of trying to get it to engage without applying too much pressure. I'm planning on trying 2 blades like this next time. My cartridge of choice is the 2-blade Gillette Skin Guard, so hopefully I'll have a better go of it. I also have the Supply SE waiting in the wings to try based on your recommendation. Just hesitant to try it on my head right now. A couple more times on my face first, and then I'll probably give it a go. Also would like to try a Henson AL13 Plus. Thanks, Jay." Well, Jay, thanks very, very much for this comment. And I will say that using 2 blades in the Leaf Razor really improved the shave for me. And it made it a bit milder, which is what I really enjoy when it comes to doing a head shave. I tend to gravitate towards milder razors for head shaves. Now, there have been some times where I've used certain razors that are more aggressive uh, you know, and I've really nicked myself badly on my head. And that was all part of the learning curve and the learning process. So I have learned for head shaves, mild razors. That really does carry the day, so to speak. And if I need to do a little extra buffing or an extra pass, so be it. I still get a great result with no nicks, no cuts, no irritation, nothing like that. Now, you mentioned the Skin Guard 2-blade system. I have used that for head shaves. It is very, very good. And it kind of falls into my rule of thumb with cartridge razors. 3 blades or less for a head shave seem to do the trick for me. And I think you're correct. I think that the blades in cartridge razors are not quite as sharp as single edge razors. And I think that's because they're using multiple blades in those cartridge heads. That's just my guess. But the leaf razor with 2 blades performed very, very nicely for me. Now, the reason why I mention this is because just this past week, I ended up bumping my head and scraping the top of it. And I did this at work. I was getting ready to brew some coffee, and there's a shelf above the sink where I'm filling up the water in the coffee pot. And I was talking to a fellow coworker, and I guess when I turned around or moved somehow, I scraped the top of my head, and right there on the top. And you might see this in some videos that I've been doing, because even though I had that little bit of a scrape there and it's healing up nicely, I did some head shaves to try to shave around it. And I did not use the leaf razor for those head shaves. I used a DE razor because my inclination here, my feeling is that the leaf razor, while it's good for a head shave, I'm still learning how to engage that razor head just as you are. There's something about that pivot and something about how those blades lay on the top of my head. I'm not sure if they're being fully engaged. And I think that also will affect the maneuverability of the razor from my standpoint in learning how to use and maneuver the razor. So I've kind of stayed away from using the leaf razor for doing a head shave with this little bit of a nick there. And I'm happy to report that a DE razor did a nice job in being able to maneuver around that. And I was able to pinpoint that area with one finger, cover it up with one finger, and then shave around with the razor in my other hand. And that seemed to work very, very well. So something else that I'm learning along the way in learning about doing a head shave. Now, you mentioned the Supply SE. The Supply SE is absolutely wonderful for head shaves. That fin guard, which is their nick stop technology, really does work. And I think your approach is exactly perfect. This is the approach that I used as well. I used the Supply SE for several face shaves before moving to a head shave with it. And I'm just happy to report that it does a great job with head shaves. It's my go-to razor for head shaves. No doubt about it. It's mild enough and efficient enough that makes it perfect for me for a head shave. But you are taking the correct action here in that you're learning the technique of using that razor through a face shave before moving over to the head shave. I would recommend you get several more face shaves with it, learn that proper angle. It's 15 degrees, and as they instruct, all you have to do is take their logo that is on the head of that razor and just line that up, just flatten that up against your face, and you've got the perfect shaving angle with that razor. That's how I recall they've instructed to use the razor, and it works very, very well. This is one of my favorite razors for a head shave. As a matter of fact, as I mentioned before, it's my go-to for a head shave, but I do like mild DE razors for head shaves, and I will use those as well. So I think you're correct in that the leaf razor with 2 blades makes it a little milder. I agree with you that engaging that razor head for a head shave can be really, really tricky on certain parts of the head. I found that trying to engage that razor head on top of my head when I'm shaving the top of my head can be a little tricky, and I often question whether or not the blades are properly engaged. And I don't want to use too much pressure so as to cause a little irritation or a nick. But I think it's just going to come with proper technique, learning the pivot, learning the proper amount of pressure, because I found that the two-bladed shave with the leaf razor was wonderful. I really, really enjoyed it, and I got a really, really nice result. It's just that repeated use and improved technique, I think, will improve the head shaves. And I may move back to 3 blades, but 2 blades seem to be very, very comfortable for me. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because I have used the leaf razor with 3 blades, and I did nick myself a little bit. And it just could be that there was a blemish or something in the back of my head, and the blades caught it. I can't recall, or it just could be operator error. I'm not entirely sure. But 2 blades are kind of like the training wheels for me with the leaf razor when it comes to head shaves. And I think that's probably the perfect formula for me. 2 blades in the leaf razor head for a head shave, and it seems to work very, very well. But I really, really thank you so much for sending along your comments and your experiences with the leaf razor, and gain a little more experience with the Supply SE razor on face shaves. Learn that 15-degree angle and technique. Learn the proper pressure. And I think you'll be getting some great head shaves with the Supply SE I have. And I absolutely love that razor for head shaves. It just does such a wonderful, wonderful job. And I have found that after 2 passes with the Supply SE, my head shave is pretty much done, with a little touch up here and there. But with a DE razor, I'm doing a little more touch up after that second pass. Kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, but I think it speaks to the mild quality and wonderful efficiency of the SE razor. So, yeah, I really do like the Supply SE razor. Give it a try, and I think you're doing the right thing. Just use it for some face shaves and learn the proper angle and technique, the proper pressure, and I think you'll be getting some great, great head shaves thereafter. So, Jay, thanks very, very much for the email, and thanks for explaining the situation with posting to YouTube. Again, my apologies. I don't know how that happens. It just gets kind of glitchy and temperamental at times. But again, thank you for sending along this comment, because I know there are a lot of viewers out there that are looking for an ideal razor for head shaves. And yeah, I would say any mild DE razor is good. The Supply SE razor is good. And I'm finding that the leaf razor with 2 blades is very, very good. Although I need to improve my technique and engage that pivoting head a little more properly, a little bit better. So Jay, thanks again for your comment. Really, really do appreciate it. Oh, Jay, one more thing as well. I forgot to address the Henson AL13 Plus that you mentioned, because you said here also would like to try a Henson AL13 Plus. Well, when the Henson razor was originally launched, I acquired 2 of them. A red one, which was mild, and a blue one, which was medium. Now, the medium Henson at that time, these were the original Henson razors. The medium version that I acquired, I found to be have a little bit of growl there. And for me, I found it to be probably a little more on the aggressive side. Now, the mild version, the red one that I have, very mild, very, very smooth. And that was wonderful for a head shave. And I've done a few head shave videos with the Henson original mild version. And funnily enough, I wanted to buy a blue Henson razor in the mild, in its mild version, and a red Henson at the more aggressive. So I wanted to have a blue mild and a red medium, but it was the other way around. They didn't have it offered that way. So when you see me use a red Henson, that's the mild one. And I liked it. The original Henson mild razor, very, very good. I love it for head shaves. I thought it did a great job. As a matter of fact, you reminded me that I need to pull it out and use it again for a head shave because I think it just did a great job. I use it with shaving cream, I use it with Cremo, and it did a really, really great job. And I don't recall any nicks or cuts. I'll have to go back and review my videos, but I don't recall it ever giving me a problem. Now, the blue Henson that I have, the medium version, which is more aggressive, I don't use that one as often. That's one I'll use with, say, 2 or 3 days worth of beard growth because it has a little more growl than that mild version. Now, since making these videos, the folks at Henson have redesigned the razor a little bit. Well, not redesigned it. They've tweaked it a little bit. They've improved the design a little bit. And I don't know if they have a mild and medium version anymore. I'll have to go up there and take a look. So when you say the Henson AL13 Plus, I've never used that one. This is their newer version. I've never used it, so I can't tell you what it's like for a head shave. But I will say this: if you go up to eBay and you can locate a Henson, the original Henson mild version, very good for a head shave. Really, really good. I enjoyed the head shaves with it. As a matter of fact, I used the Henson mild version for head shaves before I acquired a Supply SE razor. And the Supply SE razor was very kindly sent to the channel by, I believe it was Greg from Virginia. He sent it along. And when I first used it, I just absolutely fell in love with that razor. But, and since falling in love with the Supply SE razor and using it for head shaves, again, that's my go-to. So thanks for the reminder because I need to get my Henson mild razor out again and use it for some head shaves. And yeah, I think that'll be absolutely perfect for a head shave. So thanks very much for the reminder. And again, I wish I could comment on the Henson AL13 Plus. You know, that the way they configure that, the way they name that AL13 Plus tells me it might be a little more aggressive than my original Henson mild razor. I'm not entirely sure. If anyone in the audience knows how these newer Henson razors are tuned in relation to their original razors, please comment below and let us know, because the only two that I am familiar with are their original mild and medium versions. I have the mild in red, I have the medium in blue. So, Jay, I wish I could help you with the Henson AL13 Plus. Those are great razors, though. They're great, great razors, and anyone who has a Henson absolutely loves it. But I really love my original Henson mild razor in red for head shaves. It did a great, great job. And I hope that helps. And my apologies in that I cannot specifically speak to the Henson AL13 Plus that is now available from the folks at Henson. Now, before I get out of here, I would like to recommend a movie to you. This one came about through Film Buff Discussions. It's called It Happened on Fifth Avenue. It's from 1947. Here's what Wikipedia has to say about it. It Happened on Fifth Avenue is a 1947 American comedy film directed by Roy Del Ruth and starring Victor Moore, Ann Harding, Don DeFore, Charles Ruggles, and Gail Storm. Now, here's the plot. Aloysius T. McKeever, a hobo, makes his home in a seasonally boarded up Fifth Avenue mansion each time its owner, Michael J. O'Connor, the second richest man in the world, winters at his Virginia estate. Now, through a series of events, the mansion is populated by a number of people who need housing. So Aloysius T. McKeever, the hobo, invites these other people to live there. And what happens is the daughter of the second richest man in the world, Michael J. O'Connor, she ends up living in that house as well, but folks don't know that she's the daughter to the second richest man in the world. And there is a little bit of a romance there with her and another gentleman who's living in the house. And then the father, Michael J. O'Connor, finds out, and he confronts his daughter on this. And she tells him that, you know what, I've really taken a liking to this gentleman who's living in this house. He's a just returned from the war GI who doesn't have housing, and we're living there in the mansion. And you know, you can check him out, but he can't know that you're the second richest man in the world because I want him to love me for who I am and not because I'm your daughter. So Michael J. O'Connor, this second richest man in the world, poses as a fellow hobo and moves into the house. And then Michael J. O'Connor's ex-wife shows up, and it really is a sweet movie. It's a very light-hearted, sweet comedy. And although it's not a Christmas movie per se, Christmas and New Year's come into play within the story. And it really is a nice change of pace as far as watching the movie. You know, there aren't any loud noises or big special effects or anything like that. It's a nice, sweet little movie that I think you'll enjoy. It tells a very, very nice story. And from what I understand, I think it was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Screenplay and lost out to Miracle on 34th Street. How about that? So I guess you could say it's a movie very much in the mold of A Miracle on 34th Street, so to speak, in its own way. Although it's not really a Christmas movie per se, it does have a somewhat holiday message, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very, very good. I thought the performances were very, very good, and the black and white print on Pluto TV, where I saw it, was very, very good. So it is available on free streaming platforms. I believe I saw it on Pluto TV. I think it's also available on Tubi, if you happen to have that free streaming platform. Just an enjoyable movie, a nice change of pace. Give it a go and let me know what you think. From 1947, it happened on Fifth Avenue, and it has quite a cult following. In fact, it has an 89% 5-star rating up on Amazon. So again, from 1947, it happened on Fifth Avenue, directed by Roy Del Ruth, starring Victor Moore, Ann Harding, Don DeFore, Charles Ruggles, and Gail Storm. You can find it on some free streaming platforms. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who commented and contributed to today's show, and I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that Second Cup.